So, what are your ideal clients?
My ideal client is somebody like you. Lawyers are my number one client. Not that they hire me for their services, but they bring me in as a specialist to come in either on a SLAPP or an appeal to come in and help them with the paperwork and the arguments that may not be necessarily the most comfortable with. Criminal law attorneys and personal injury attorneys who are great on their feet and are great at trial presentation, but may not be great with paperwork and briefing. Those are my ideal clients. I help them. Let's say they win a big PI verdict and the other side appeals. We help them on appeal protect that verdict.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. Yeah, you have a lot of unique skills over here, Jeff. I did not know that. So is there anything I missed? Because I feel like we went through it very quickly because obviously you know your stuff, but any particular areas you want to focus on since we have some free time, anything that you want to discuss, any case studies, any interesting, anything you want to cover?
Yeah, we did go through that really fast. I just noticed the time. I think we pretty well covered it. I do appeals. I do anti-SLAPPs. I love what I do. I love representing people who've been sued for the first time and are scared they're going to lose everything. You get served in the middle of the night with papers and threatening to take $10 million from you, and you've never been in a courtroom before. Scary. And most lawyers will request a $50,000 retainer, et cetera. And to find out that there's an anti-SLAPP mechanism to cut in line and get ahead of everybody else and get the case dismissed, I feel sometimes like a superhero when I'm able to tell a client, don't worry, we're going to get the case dismissed. It'll be over in 6 months. And then it happens. It's great. I have the best job ever.
So how do people, obviously they're going to find you through the YouTube channel, but how do people normally find you? Like besides from other attorneys, what are your social media? Are you on social media? Are you doing blog posts? Are you doing any of that other stuff?
I'm on Twitter at Jeff Lewis Law. Most people find me through lawyers. On occasion, people will Google me and find me that way. I do have a Facebook page and Instagram, but I'm most present on Twitter at Jeff Lewis Law.
And what kind of stuff do you normally cover on there? I'm just curious. Now you got me curious. I would love to know.
Well, I do have a podcast. Tim Cole and I run a podcast called the California Appellate Law Podcast. So he and I on Twitter do excerpts of videos or audio on Twitter. I cover some cases. I cover a lot of anti-SLAPP cases. Occasionally I dabble in ethics. So when an interesting ethical opinion comes down, and cases dealing with appellate law or appellate procedure. Today we posted on Twitter about a case that was dismissed when an attorney was representing himself, filed a brief in the Court of Appeal that cited one and only one statute, and the Court of Appeal decided that was insufficient as a matter of law, dismissed his appeal, denied his appeal, because he only cited one statute in his entire brief. Those kinds of quirky little results.
What's the podcast called? I missed it.
Yeah, it's the California Appellate Law Podcast. You can find it at calpodcast.com or calp.com, I believe.
We'll post the link up. Don't worry. So
yeah,
I'll definitely want to share that because I think that sounds amazing. Well, Jeff, thank you for this. This is probably the most efficient chat, but you covered a lot, and I am looking forward to sharing the information because I think, and I'm sure you know this, and I said this to you last time as well, I think what you do is very unique. In fact, not just besides the anti-SLAPP, the litigation, the appeal work, I think it's important people know that there are people like you available because a lot of us, that's how we find each other, right? Case in point, I think I've already reached out to you a few times because we unfortunately as attorneys sometimes we get to know each other in different areas and we don't quite sometimes realize, hey, this person does this. You just gave us 3 great examples of why somebody should call you, and I'm looking forward to people finding you through us.
I appreciate the opportunity to reach additional folks.